Hi guys, I've recently rewatched the concert for Bangladesh, so today I wanted to talk about it. So I do have it on DVD and I just wanted to show you what it looks like. It contains one of the concerts and also some extras. The extras include a documentary, previously unseen performances, and some mini features such as making of the film, the album, the original artwork, recollections, and then Take a Bow are like screenshots of the performers. Then inside you have the 2 discs and then a booklet. Some really good pictures inside. Loads of photos of the performers. George and Eric Clapton there. Billy Preston. Ringo and Eric Clapton. Leon Russell and more of the performers. Bob and George. Some more photos of Bob Dylan. I also have the live album on CD. And inside we have another booklet again, and then 2 CDs. The concerts for Bangladesh were benefit concerts organised by George Harrison from the Beatles and Indian sitar player Ravi. The shows were held at 2:30 and 8 p.m. on Sunday, 1st of August 1971 at Madison Square Garden in New York City to raise international awareness and fund relief for refugees from East Pakistan following the Bangladesh Liberation War-related genocide and the 1970 Bowler cyclone. The concerts were followed by a best-selling live album and a concert documentary which opened in cinemas in the spring of 1972. As East Pakistan struggled to become a separate state of Bangladesh during the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War, the political and military turmoil led to a massive refugee problem with 10 million people left homeless. Ravi wanted to do something and so asked George for help, and George agreed to organise a concert for the cause. The concert was to be held at the most prestigious venue in America, Madison Square Garden in New York City, but the only date available was the 1st of August, which only gave them about 6 weeks to prepare. Harrison mentioned possible performers he wanted, who were John Lennon, Ringo Starr, Eric Clapton, Leon Russell, Jim Keltner, Klaus Voormann, Billy Preston, and Badfinger, but more than anything, he wanted Bob Dylan. George knew he was going to have to ask the people he wanted with very short notice, but almost all of George's first choice names signed on immediately. He had Billy Preston on keyboards, the 4 members of Badfinger on acoustic rhythm guitars and tambourine, Voormann on bass, Keltner and Ringo on drums, saxophonist Jim Horn's Hollywood Horns, and one of the bigger known names, Leon Russell, had also committed, but only if members of his tour band could be there too. Eric Clapton also insisted he would be there, but because of his severe drug addiction, many were surprised George had considered him. Lennon had initially agreed to take part in the concert, but without his wife Yoko Ono, as George had demanded this. But then, allegedly, Lennon and Yoko had an argument over this agreement, and then Lennon left New York 2 days before the concert. Ringo was very keen to take part in the concert, even interrupting his filming of the movie Blind Man to be there. Paul McCartney apparently declined taking part in the concert because of bad feelings due to the legal problems the Beatles had on their breakup. Bob Dylan arrived at the final sound check with cheers from the other performers, but he started to have doubts about performing at such a big event. A frustrated Harrison said, "Look, it's not my scene either. At least you've played on your own in front of a crowd before. I've never done that." Eric Clapton arrived at the final sound check too. Harrison had been getting scared he wasn't going to show, so had been looking for a replacement. Except for brief support roles, the concert for Bangladesh was George Harrison's first performance in front of a live paying audience since the Beatles quit touring in 1966. Bob Dylan had also stopped touring. The event was the first ever benefit of such a magnitude and featured a supergroup of performers. Ravi and Ali Akbar Khan, both of whom had ancestral roots in Bangladesh, performed an opening set of Indian classical music. Harrison then began with his song Wah Wah, followed by Something. The song sequences differed slightly between the two shows. On the second show, he sang My Sweet Lord second, and he performed Something as his second to last song. George then performed Awaiting on You All. Preston then performed his That's the Way God Planned It, and during the evening show, Preston felt compelled to get up from behind his organ and dance. This is one of my highlights of the show. He just makes me want to get up and dance alongside him. Ringo then sang It Don't Come Easy, which apparently received the biggest ovation of the afternoon. Harrison then sang Beware the Darkness with Leon Russell. Harrison followed this with one of the best received moments in both the shows, a performance of While My Guitar Gently Weeps featuring Eric Clapton. Leon Russell then did a medley of the Rolling Stones' Jumpin' Jack Flash and the Coasters' Young Blood. Harrison then sang Here Comes the Sun, which was the first time he had performed this song live. After this, George Harrison looked down at his set list and saw the word Bob followed by a question mark. He then looked around and saw Bob Dylan entering onto the stage, and he said that it was only in this moment that he knew for sure that Bob was going to do it. Dylan's mini set was backed by just Harrison, Russell now playing Vorman's bass, and Ringo on tambourine. He performed A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, Blowing in the Wind, It Takes a Lot to Laugh, It Takes a Train to Cry, Love Minus Zero, No Limit, and Just Like a Woman. In the evening show, he sang Mr. Tambourine Man instead of Love Minus Zero, No Limit. Harrison ended with Hear Me Lord and My Sweet Lord. Hear Me Lord was dropped in the second show. His final song was Bangladesh, which George had written purposely for the concert. Ravi originally hoped they would raise $25,000. The concerts were attended by a total of 40,000 people, and just the initial gate receipts alone, they raised close to $250,000. By 1985, through revenue raised from the Concert for Bangladesh live album and film, an estimated $12 million had been sent to Bangladesh. In the 1990s, Harrison said of Bangladesh Relief Effect that he thinks there's been about $45 million made. Sales of the live album and DVD release continue to benefit the cause, now known as the George Harrison Fund for UNICEF. Ravi said of the overwhelming success of the event, "In one day, the whole world knew the name of Bangladesh. It was a fantastic occasion." I would just love to have attended that concert. I have so many highlights. I loved seeing Ringo's performance and Billy Preston. Also, I thought Leon Russell's performance was incredible. I also enjoyed seeing George and Eric Clapton perform While My Guitar Gently Weeps. I think George had some great song choices as well, and seeing that little performance with Bob, George, Ringo and Leon, that was just incredible as well. And I also loved the song choices Bob Dylan chose as well. I just think it was a fantastic performance. I really enjoyed watching it. And please let me know if you went to the concert in 1971. I would love to hear about your experience. And I just want to say thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.